Hey guys, DB Smiley here with another story mode Ravagers guide. This time we're looking at Quartermaster Bulo. This is a rough diagram of the fight layout. That red dotted line in the middle is important. We want to keep DPS on one side, tanks on the other. I marked the spawn points for the ads, which we'll get into how to handle them during this video. So this is probably the hardest fight in story mode Ravagers. What we do initially is we have everyone stack up within 10 meters. I'll explain why here in a second. Isma and I are rapid taunt swapping to build up tons of aggro. You want to make sure your tanks have top 2 aggro. That shotgun blast attack is his main attack on tanks. It does a lot of damage. Now here I'm picking up a keg. When ads spawn, if you have a keg and run towards them, the ads will break off ranged attack and go to melee attack, which does less damage and is much easier to control. Now the reason that purple circle appeared around me is volley. By default, it picks someone outside of 10 meters, which is why we have everyone closed for that first pull. We want to make sure that volley lands on the ads. After this, everyone spreads out, because if you're grouped up during this phase, a lot of AoE damage is going to go out. So right now, we're just kind of doing basic tanking. There are no ads up now, so we get plenty of time. After that scatter shot and shotgun blast, he'll move. He's moved to the right side, which means the next group of ads will spawn on right. That first group of ads will almost always spawn mid. So if you look, I'm trying to drop my barrage where the right ads are going to spawn. Notice the tanks are getting the door that is nearer the boss. Ranged DPS are getting the door that is on that slope. That is the outside door. The reason we want DPS staying behind the line, as you can see, the boss's conal AoE is directed sideways, so we want to make sure that DPS and heals are never behind a horizontal line for the boss. You can see Punk there is a little bit out of position, but not too bad, and he actually does move here. This load lifter droid comes out, it targets someone, moves them, blows up AoE. Not bad. That fire barrel that just hit me, it's a red AoE on the ground. It does a fair amount of damage out of the gate, and you got to move out of it quickly because it ticks for 9k. On story mode, it is hitting initially for 20k sometimes. There may be some mechanics out that we're not aware of. Young just got killed by a volley there. He didn't get out of it in time. He may have just had some lag. We're going to use our combat res on him here. So now we're just kind of tanking, waiting for ads. Now the third group of ads is going to come up right before a mass barrage. The second group of ads comes right after a mass barrage. So you can try to pick up a keg here to corral the ads. It's recommended because they will start wrecking your healers, at which point I get them into this barrage, and the barrage will kill them. They don't take damage from the fire barrel. Now there you can see our tank's already dead. Luckily this fight's pretty short in story mode. You should be able to kill the boss around the time of the 4th ad spawn with good DPS. So what we do is we have the DPS spread out here, because second highest threat's still going to be hit by that orange cone, which in this case is Coot. Notice that because we're nice and spread out, he's the only one getting hit, and everyone's happy. Isma is dead. I'm solo tanking this, but it's not too bad right now. That load lifter you can see heading towards Coot, and then there's a volley there. One of the things I want to try is picking up a keg and running the ads into those volleys. I have seen videos where that's done. I would recommend trying it. I don't do that here in this video. Here the ads are up, and I went and just blew an AoE taunt on them. They are tauntable, but now they're ranged attacking you, which does a bit more damage. That said, them attacking a tank is a lot better than them attacking a healer. At this point, we just say, cry havoc, let's slip the dogs of war, and just burn the boss down. After that, we'll handle the ads. We're going to get a couple deaths here. This is not a clean pull, but this was a 3-shot for a group where most people hadn't seen this boss before. After that, that's pretty much the end of the fight. We just burn the boss here. He gets off his mass barrage right at the end, which is nice, because then we can use that to kill the ads. Definitely the hardest fight in story mode Ravagers. Big heal check. You got to be mindful of AoEs. Positioning is super important. Remember that with the kegs, when you pick them up, the only way to set them down is to click off the buff on your buff bar. You only want tanks picking up kegs because of the damage that comes in, and you can't pop any defenses. Thanks for watching. This has been a DB Smiley guide.